Hello fellow Godot enjoyers. In developing my latest game, I ventured into dungeon generation using Godot 4. Surprisingly, I couldn't find any existing tutorials on this topic for Godot 4. Those of you familiar with Godot 3x will notice that adapting to the new functions in Godot 4 can be quite challenging. I experienced some difficulty in modifying heartbeast's tutorial code to work with the changes in Godot 4, which inspired me to create this tutorial. My aim is to simplify the process for others who are also interested in level generation. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate how I adapted and optimized the heartbeast tutorial script for Godot 4.x. I will focus on the functions that have undergone significant changes in Godot 4x, such as getCellSourceID, tilemap.setCellsChantTerrainConnect, and setCell. I'll explore how these functions are now applied in level generation, which is a crucial aspect of our dungeon creation process. It's noteworthy to understand how these functions differ from their counterparts in Godot 3x. To grasp these changes, I delved deeply into a variety of somewhat related tutorials, scoured the Godot documentation, and sifted through numerous forum posts. This journey helped me piece together the workings of Godot 4x for effective level generation. Firstly, setting up the wall layer with a fully enclosed 1x1 tile is crucial, and the reason behind this will become clear later in the video when I delve into the algorithm's mechanics. We use a dual layer strategy in our design, distinctly separating the floor from the walls. This approach is both clever and practical, ensuring that generated objects are placed correctly. Our object spawner functions responsible for placing treasuries, enemies, the player, and the level exit are programmed to only interact with the floor tiles. This design choice effectively prevents objects from spawning inside walls, as the ground layer tiles are free of any wall elements. This dual layer method is particularly advantageous over a single layer setup, where interguarded walls in the ground layer can lead to objects erroneously spawning inside collision shapes. In my approach, each step taken by the walker not only navigates through the level but also carves out walls, which we initially set up manually as blocks to be carved. This process is evident when you observe the function calling the setCell function twice, targeting each layer separately. For enhanced code readability, I've assigned the layer indices to variables. The ground layer is integer 0, and the wall layer is integer 1. In my setup, the floor tile is represented by vector2i 9,2. I chose this tile for the entire floor layer as my prototype tile set still included walls and lacked variety in floor tiles. However, you can certainly opt for your own floor tiles, perhaps with distinct paths. Had my tileset not included walls, I would have selected the fully walled single ground tile, which in a standard tile map pattern from the internet would correspond to vector2i 3. To make this system work, as I mentioned earlier, it's vital to initially fill your generation area with wall tiles on the wall layer. By using the setCell function, we can precisely control the layout, ensuring that the terrain connects seamlessly. In the generateLevel function, we construct a map using a walker method, similar to the one in heartbeast's tutorial. However, I've optimized this method further. Now, it includes an improved line of code specifically designed to prevent backtracking. This enhancement also involves erasing its previous direction, effectively eliminating any repetitive circling. That's right, no more running in circles. The connectOS-atlas-tiles function in my code plays a pivotal role in bringing the generated level to life. In Godot 4x, this function replaces the old update bitMascot region function from Godot 3x with setCellsTerrainConnect. This updated function enables us to implement auto-tiling through code, just as we did previously. It's applied to all the wall and floor tiles we generated earlier. Interestingly, the function also applies to excess wall tiles, which, as I discovered, is not a problem. In fact, it helps enclose the void around the level without causing any performance issues. A concern I initially had This function is where the magic truly happens. It iterates through all the layers, connecting them with auto-tiling, breathing life into our level. However, it's crucial to note that this auto-tiling only works effectively with fully walled tiles. Using different tiles can lead to unexpected and often undesirable results. When you generate a level using this method, it should resemble the example I'm showing here. Please overlook the placeholder graphics, as I'm still in the prototyping phase of this game. My goal is to have a presentable prototype ready, possibly with a demo on itch.io by early 2024. Now if you find that the levels generated seem too open or spacious, there's an easy fix. You can tweak the tile map of the wall layer to better suit your preferences. In my case, I started with a wall layer tile template featuring thin walls. However, opting for a template with thicker walls can give the level a less spacious, more compact appearance. I recently attempted to further optimize our maze generation process and encountered a challenge when trying to fence the maze. The goal was to eliminate the need for pre-placing tiles on the wall layers. The idea behind this algorithm was to make it aware of the current tile's surroundings and to automatically place wall tiles on its empty neighboring spaces. Initially, I thought this optimization was necessary because I noticed a few milliseconds of lag during level generation, but this turned out to be a sporadic bug with my main PC. Surprisingly, when I tested the generation on an old Lenovo Potato laptop, a T460 running Ubuntu, it worked flawlessly without any lag. This experience really underscored the lightweight efficiency of the engine, and I'm excited for fellow Potato PC enjoyers to try my game upon completion. However, I'm still facing an issue. The tile connections are being less than cooperative. If anyone out there has suggestions on how to smooth out these wrinkles, I'm all ears. Your insights could be invaluable in making this process more efficient. This is what it looked like when I tried to fence the maze. The placement was very inconsistent. There you have it. With these functions and a dash of creativity, you're now equipped to generate intricate dungeon levels in Godot 4. Remember, experimentation and adaptation are key to making the code align with your unique vision. I'd love to hear about your experiences and any variations you come up with. Since this is my first game development tutorial, your feedback would be greatly appreciated. I was inspired to create this tutorial because I believe it could be a valuable resource for many. And that concludes today's tutorial. If you found it helpful, don't hesitate to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips and tricks. Feel free to drop any questions or suggestions in the comments and keep an eye out for more Godot content. Before you go, I have another question. I've developed a turn-based JRPG-like battle system and faced quite a few challenges to make it feel just right, as there weren't many comprehensive free tutorials on the topic. I'm considering creating an in-depth tutorial about it. Would that interest you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.